Hello, and a very warm welcome to the session. I am just so glad you are here with us today.
And I am very pleased to have you with us as well.
Whether you are out walking or maybe driving or just sitting quietly at your desk right now, this is your dedicated space.
A space where, quite frankly, the pressure is entirely off.
Exactly. We are here to learn, absolutely, but we're also here to enjoy the process. I am your host and guide.
And I am your expert mentor for this journey.
We're here to guide you through the architecture of the English language.
Brick by brick.
Yes, brick by brick. We want to help you build your skills until you feel completely safe and completely confident in your own voice.
And it is vital to remember that in this space, mistakes are not the enemy.
Oh, not at all.
Indeed, mistakes are merely data. They are proof that you are actively pushing the boundaries of what you currently know.
That is such a healthy way to look at it.
If you are not making mistakes, well, you are likely not learning fast enough.
We focus on progress, not perfection. But I have to say, I know you well enough to know that today isn't just a casual chat. You walked into the studio today with a very serious look on your face.
I did. I absolutely did. Because today we have a serious agenda. We are moving our curriculum forward significantly. This is Deep Dive Session 39.
Session 39. Wow, it feels like we have been on quite a journey together already.
We have, but we are approaching a critical junction today. The title of today's deep dive is, quite simply, The Result.
The result. Okay, that sounds very definitive. That sounds powerful.
It is logical. You see, language is not just about memorizing vocabulary lists. It is about logic.
Right.
It is about cause and effect. It is about how we explain our very existence and our actions to the world around us.
I really love that perspective. We aren't just learning words to pass a test. We are learning how to explain our world.
Precisely. But before we open the metaphorical textbook today, I need to perform a diagnostic test.
A diagnostic test.
Yes. I want to test the listener's ears, and more importantly, I want to test their logic.
Okay, is this going to be difficult?
It shouldn't be, but it reveals a very, very common error. I'm going to say a sentence. I want you and our listener to tell me if it sounds correct. Are you ready?
I am listening. And I know you, our student, are listening closely too.
Listen to the logic carefully. Here is the sentence. I was tired because I went to bed early.
Okay, let me process that. I was tired because I went to bed early. Wait, hold on a second.
I will say it again, very slowly. I was tired because I went to bed early.
Grammatically, I mean, that sentence is fine. The nouns are there, the verbs are in the right places.
Yeah.
But logically, it is a total disaster.
Explain why it is a disaster.
Well, think about the reality of the situation. If you go to bed early, you get, 8 or 9 hours of really good sleep.
Yes.
You wake up feeling refreshed. You wake up with energy.
Yeah.
You definitely do not wake up tired.
Exactly. The cause does not lead to that effect.
Right. If I go to bed early, the result should be that I feel great.
Yeah.
So saying I was tired because I went to bed early is just confusing. It makes the listener pause and say, wait, what?
Precisely. It entirely breaks the story. And this is a mistake I hear constantly from language learners.
They know the vocabulary.
They know the words perfectly well, but they mix up the bridge words.
Bridge words. I really like that term. These are the connectors between our ideas.
Yes. Think of them as actual bridges. When you use the wrong bridge, you send your listener to the completely wrong destination.
That makes total sense.
In the past, in our previous deep dives, we focused heavily on giving a reason. We taught the word because.
Right. Like, I drank water because I was thirsty. That gives the reason for the action.
Exactly. But today, we must learn the other side of the bridge. We are not looking for the reason anymore. Today, we must master how to give the result.
Okay. This is a crucial shift for us. We are moving from asking, why did this happen, to exploring what happened next.
Correct. Let us begin with the core input. I have a single focus word for today's session. It is very small, but it is an absolute architectural pillar of the English language.
I am ready. What is the magic word?
The word is so.
So. S-O. Just 2 letters.
Just 2 letters, but it possesses infinite utility. You must understand that so is the functional opposite of because.
I want to dig into that a little bit. When you say it's the opposite, what exactly do you mean by that?
I mean, they flow in completely opposite directions. I want you to imagine a river.
Okay, I have a picture of a river in my mind.
We have 2 different ways to tell a story while swimming in this river. Logic flow number 1 is what I call the because flow.
Okay, how does the because flow work?
When we use because, we are essentially swimming upstream.
Against the current?
Yes, against the current. We start with the result, the thing that just happened, and then we struggle backward against the water to find the reason in the past.
That is a really interesting way to visualize it. So because is always looking backward.
It is. Let us use a very simple coffee example to illustrate this.
Please do. I haven't actually had my coffee yet today, so I need this.
Here is the because flow. I drank coffee because I was tired.
Okay, let's break that down. I drank coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That is the action happening right now in the present moment.
Yes.
And then because I was tired, that is you pointing back to the past to explain yourself.
Exactly. You are justifying your action. You are answering the question, why?
You know, I drank coffee because I was tired.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit, defensive, like you have to explain your choices to someone.
It certainly can feel that way. It stops the forward motion of the conversation entirely just to look back. Now, look at logic flow number 2. This is the so flow.
And this is swimming with the river.
Yes. This flows beautifully downstream. We start with the reason, the feeling, or the situation, and we ride the current forward into the result.
So we start with the past, and we move smoothly into the future.
Correct. Here is the exact same story, but flipped. I was tired, so I drank coffee.
I was tired, so I drank coffee.
Do you feel the difference in the momentum there?
I really do. The first one feels like a complete stop. I drank coffee.
Yes.
It's halt. But the second one feels like actual movement. I was tired, so I drank coffee. It naturally pushes you to the next step.
Because it is strictly chronological.
Yep.
First, the fatigue. Second, the coffee.
Reason first, result second. That is the golden rule of so.
Does this concept remind you of anything visual, perhaps?
You know, it reminds me of a mirror.
A mirror. Go on, explain that.
Well, imagine you're standing in front of a mirror. You're the exact same person. You're wearing the exact same clothes. All the facts are identical.
Yes.
But in the reflection, everything is flipped. Your left hand is now on the right side.
That is an absolutely perfect analogy.
It is the exact same story. The facts are tired and coffee, but so is just the mirror image of because. You just flip the entire sentence structure around.
You flip the logic. And frankly, this is exactly why it is so difficult for many students. They try to translate directly from their native language word for word, and the word order gets completely tangled in their minds.
Let's try to ground this with another example for our listener, a very common one. How about the weather?
The weather is indeed the safest topic in the world. Let us say it is raining outside.
Okay, the situation is rain, and the action we take is staying home.
Give me option A, the because option, the backward upstream flow.
I stayed home because it was raining.
Good. Result first, stay at home. Reason second. Raining, now, use your mirror, flip it completely. Give me option B, the so option.
It was raining, so I stayed home.
Excellent. It was raining, so I stayed home.
It sounds so much more confident when you say it that way, doesn't it?
It does. And here is a secret that language textbooks often miss entirely, but our deep divers really need to know. Native speakers, people like you and me, we use so constantly.
All the time. I probably use it 100 times a day without even thinking about it.
We use it far, far more often than we use because. Why do you think that is?
I think it all goes back to that momentum we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Because pause is the story you're telling.
Yeah.
So keeps the story alive and moving.
Exactly. So acts as a link in a chain. Listen to this. It was raining, so I stayed home, so I watched a movie, so I fell asleep.
It connects everything together. It turns a boring list of facts into an actual narrative.
It creates a chain reaction. If you want your English to sound fluid, if you truly want to sound like you are in control of the conversation, you must master this forward motion.
I want to touch on something else really quickly. It's not just the logic of the word, it's the physical sound of it.
You mean the pronunciation?
Yes, the pronunciation. I hear a lot of students say saw, like I saw a bird. They say I was tired, so I went to bed.
Yes. That is a very common vowel error.
It's not saw, it's so. It is a long O sound, like the word go or the word no.
So, you must remember to round your lips.
Let's do a repetition loop right here.
Okay.
Listener, round your lips and say it with me. So.
So, and notice the pitch as well. It usually falls just a little bit at the end. I was tired, so I went to bed.
It acts as a gentle bridge. It shouldn't be the loudest, most aggressive word in your sentence, but it must be clear.
Right. Well, we have the theory down. We have the beautiful visualization of the river and the mirror. But as we know, theory is not fluency.
No, it isn't. You cannot learn to swim by just reading a book about water. Eventually, you have to get wet.
We need to practice. And this is exactly where we need you, our listener, to be brave.
We are going to do a drill right now, but we must strictly respect the 3-second rule.
Please remind us what that rule is.
Absolutely. The brain simply needs time to process new information. When we give you a prompt, we will stop talking. We will give you 3 full seconds of silence to think.
That silence is a gift for you. Do not wait for us to speak the answer. You must fill that silence with your own voice.
And remember our core philosophy here, connection, not perfection.
Yes. Do not worry about your accent right now. Do not worry if you stumble over a syllable. Just try to connect the logic. If you get the reason, then a result flow correct, you win.
Are you ready? Take a deep breath.
Here is the mechanic for the drill. I will give you a sentence using because. I will give you the backward version of the story.
And your job is to be the mirror. Flip the sentence around. Use so.
I want you to imagine that shattering glass sound in your mind. That is the signal to flip the logic.
Drill number 1. Let's set the scene. Imagine you are walking past a wonderful bakery. You smell fresh bread. Your stomach growls.
Here's the starting sentence. I bought a sandwich because I was hungry.
Okay, listener, flip it. Start with the feeling. Use so. I will stop talking now. Your turn. 1, 2, 3.
Good. The correct answer is I was hungry, so I bought a sandwich.
Did you get that?
Yep.
I was hungry. That is the feeling you started with. So I bought a sandwich. That is the result of the feeling.
Let us say it again together to really lock it into your memory. I was hungry, so I bought a sandwich.
Your turn to repeat. 1, 2, 3.
Very good. Let us move to drill number 2. This is a logistical scenario.
Visualize this one. You look down at your watch and I know your bus has already left. You have a very important meeting in exactly 20 minutes. You are panicking.
Here is the because sentence. I took a taxi because I was late.
Flip the logic. Tell the story forward. Use so. Your turn to speak. 1, 2, 3.
The answer is I was late, so I took a taxi.
I was late, so I took a taxi.
Analyze the timeline there. 8 o'clock a.m. I am late. 8:05 a.m. I take a taxi.
The grammar perfectly follows the real-life timeline. It is just so much more logical for the human brain to process.
Let's do the third one. Why don't you lead this one?
I would love to. Okay, listener, this one involves emotion. We often talk about physical things like taxis and sandwiches, but we need to talk about our feelings too.
A very good point.
Imagine you see your absolute best friend. They're walking toward you, and they have wonderful news. You feel joy rising up in your chest.
Give them the backward sentence to start.
I smiled because I was happy.
Flip it. Use so. Your turn. 1, 2, 3. The answer is I was happy, so I smiled.
I was happy, so I smiled.
This is a subtle nuance, but an important one. The internal feeling always comes before the external physical reaction.
Exactly. You feel the happiness inside first, and then, as a result, the muscles in your face move to create the smile. I was happy, so I smiled.
Let us do one more of these, and I believe this is the most important one of all. It is about your life goal.
Yes, this is about exactly why you are listening to us right now.
Listen closely. I am studying English because I want a job.
This is a big one to tackle. Flip it. Start with your deep desire. Your turn. 1, 2, 3.
The answer is, I want a job, so I am studying English.
I want a job, so I'm studying English.
That sounds incredibly determined when you phrase it that way, doesn't it?
It really does. When you say, I am studying English because I want a job, it almost sounds like an excuse. Like someone asks, why are you doing this hard thing? And you say, oh, well, because I want a job.
But when you flip it, I want a job, so I am studying English, it transforms. It sounds like a solid plan. It sounds like a strategy.
It absolutely puts you in the driver's seat of your own life.
Yeah.
You have a goal, and you're taking deliberate action to get there.
This brings us to a slightly more advanced concept today. We have talked extensively about simple 2-part sentences, but so has a sort of superpower.
A superpower. Tell me more.
Yes. The power of the chain.
Oh, the chain. I know exactly what you mean by this. This is how native speakers actually tell long stories.
Correct. In textbooks, sentences are usually very short and isolated. I was tired. I slept. Period. End of story.
But in real life, we don't talk like robots. We ramble. We connect things together constantly.
So Dargers allows you to string multiple sentences together without ever stopping. It creates a natural rhythm in your speech.
Let's try to demonstrate this chain for the listener. Let's tell a story about a Saturday morning. A really bad Saturday morning.
A bad Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. I will start the chain with a single fact. You give me the result of that fact using so. Then I will give the result of your result.
A verbal chain reaction. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this.
I forgot to set my alarm.
So I woke up very late.
So I missed my breakfast.
So I was incredibly hungry.
So I ran to the cafe down the street.
So I forgot my wallet.
So I had to run all the way back home.
So I was late for my morning meeting.
So my boss was very angry.
So I just had a terrible day.
Stop right there. Do you see what just happened?
We just told a huge, long story, and we didn't use the word because a single time.
We didn't have to stop and explain ourselves once. We just kept moving forward. Step 1 organically led to step 2. Step 2 led to step 3.
It's exactly like dominoes falling. One hits the next, which hits the next, all the way down the line.
That is the true power of so. If you can master this chain technique, you can hold the floor in an English conversation for minutes at a time.
But I have to ask a question that I know our smart listeners are already thinking about.
Please do. Challenge me.
So is great. I love it. But isn't it considered a little bit informal?
That is a very valid and common question.
Like if I am sitting in a serious job interview, or I am writing a very important email to the CEO of my company, is so really the right word to use?
It depends on the context. In spoken English, even in formal business settings, so is perfectly acceptable 90% of the time. However, you are right. In very formal written English, it can feel a bit too casual.
So what do we do in those situations then?
Think of it like clothing. If you are wearing a tuxedo, you do not wear sneakers. If you are writing a highly formal report, you might choose to use words like therefore or consequently.
Therefore. That is definitely a tuxedo word.
I was late, therefore I missed the meeting. It means the exact same thing logically, but it sounds very stiff. It sounds like a lawyer speaking.
Or a robot.
Or indeed, a robot lawyer. But for our listeners, for exactly where you are right now in your journey, stick strictly to so. It is your everyday hero. It works in the supermarket, it works when chatting with friends, and it works perfectly well with colleagues.
That's great advice. Don't worry about buying the tuxedo words just yet. Get totally comfortable in your jeans and t-shirt first. Master so.
Exactly. Now, I want to do a rapid-fire review. We need to make absolutely sure these patterns are burned into your neural pathways.
Building that muscle memory. Let's do it.
I am going to give you the reason, the starting situation. I want you, the listener, to immediately give me the so sentence with a result. And here is the twist. You have to invent the result yourself.
Oh, wow. They have to invent it on the spot. That is definitely harder.
It is harder, but I believe they are ready for it.
Okay, listener, here is how this works. We will give the situation. You say so out loud, and then you finish the sentence with your own idea.
Situation number 1, it was very cold outside.
Your turn. 1, 2, 3.
Good.
Maybe you said, so I put on a heavy coat. Or maybe you said, so I closed the living room window.
Situation number 2, I lost my mobile phone.
Your turn. 1, 2, 3.
Excellent.
You could have said, so I couldn't call you. Or, so I had to buy a brand new one.
Situation number 3, the movie was incredibly boring.
Your turn. 1, 2, 3.
Well done.
Did you say, so I fell asleep in the theater? Or maybe, so I just left early?
Situation number 4, I worked hard all week long.
Your turn. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
You probably said, so I am very tired. Or, so I am finally taking a break.
Excellent work. If you are able to complete those sentences out loud, you are doing something very advanced right now. You are naturally predicting consequences.
You are actually thinking in English. You aren't just doing math in your head, translating words one by one. You are connecting ideas fluidly.
That is the ultimate goal. However, we must be completely realistic about the limitations of today's lesson.
Uh-oh, here comes the reality check. What are we still missing?
We have successfully empowered the listener to explain themselves. They can now tell their own story. They can explain their own results clearly.
And that's a massive win.
It is a win, but a natural conversation is always a two-way street. It is like a tennis match. You hit the ball over the net, but then you must wait for the ball to come back to you.
Right. You can't just stand there and talk about yourself for an hour straight. I was tired, so I slept. I was hungry, so I ate. That is a monologue, not a dialogue.
Precisely. To be a truly good conversationalist in English, you must be actively interested in the other person. You must ask about their reasons. You must ask about their results.
And we haven't practiced asking any questions yet.
Not yet. The listener currently has the power to answer, but they do not yet have the power to interrogate.
Interrogate? That sounds a little intense.
It is entirely necessary, and that is exactly why Deep Dive Session 40 is going to be so important.
Session 40, the interrogation. I like the sound of that.
It sounds scary perhaps, but it is simply mastering the art of asking questions. The who, the what, the where, the when, and the why.
It unlocks the entire other half of the language. It transforms you from just a speaker into an active listener and participant.
But before we get to that next step, we have one final task for today. We simply cannot let you leave without a mission.
Homework. I almost forgot about it.
We must never forget the homework. This is where the real permanent learning happens, because when you turn off this audio, your life continues.
And your life is full of cause and effect. Every single minute of the day.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, and let me be clear, you must accept it, is to narrate just one moment of your day today using so.
Just one moment. Find one single connection.
Maybe you're standing in the kitchen, you feel thirsty. I want you to say out loud to an empty room, I am thirsty, so I am drinking water.
Or maybe you were feeling exhausted at work later. Say it out loud. I am tired, so I'm going to get a coffee.
Or perhaps you are simply happy. I liked this English lesson, so I am smiling right now.
Yes. Say it out loud. Actually feel the vibration in your throat when you make the so sound.
It is a very small word, but it is the engine that drives your entire story forward.
You have done absolutely incredible work today. This wasn't easy at all. Flipping your logic backwards and forwards is like trying to write with your left hand when you are right-handed. It takes a lot of brain power.
It truly does, but you are actively building new pathways in your mind. You are becoming a thinker in English, not just a repeater of words.
Keep practicing that so sound. Remember to round those lips and keep looking forward.
We will see you in the next session. Please prepare yourself for the interrogation.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your time today. Bye for now.